lot of great information, and Joe, you picked up a
You can go
topic.
now, Vince.
Yeah, there's really not a lot for me to do anymore. I do want to touch on the design build concept. In our experience, and I'm saying this in front of Scott because I know him for a long time and he gets all of our work anyway, so it doesn't matter. You 100% of the time, 100% of the time, not 99% of the time, unless you are building a custom home and you literally don't have any budget considerations, you are never better off hiring an architect as a layperson and then bidding plans. Never. Not one time. It's simple. It's just easy. You come to us and you say, listen, we want a 1,500 square foot house, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and this is our lot, and this is how big the house is going to be. How much is it going to be? Like Joe said, I'm going to plug in, we plug in anywhere between $3,000 and $4,000. Sometimes we actually, depending on how many changes there are and how many revisions, sometimes we'll wind up paying more in architecture than we charge you. I know. It's a very good thing. Very good thing for Scott. But to Scott's credit, we do a lot of work with him. He is extremely fair. It's easy for me to estimate. And in the blog I write all the time, we consider surveying and architectural and engineering to be pass-through costs. It's part of our service. So it's like a travel agent, so you're not paying any extra for it. However, you are saving so much money because you may come up with an idea, and I will, or Joe will, or Lou will say, listen, this is going to cost you a significant amount of money, just this one item. And you're going to say, wow, really? Yeah, this item might be $15,000. And we say, well, all right, I don't like it that much. If you go to an architect, Scott's going to sit there and say, okay, and I'm going to put it in the book. Then you're not going to know what it involves until you get to the building plan. The other thing that is very important is if you start on a design build basis, you start with a person that is going to have to build this thing, they will start with cost saving and energy efficiency items right from the beginning. They'll be designed into the package. So that's a very important point. The other point that I want to touch on, I want to bang this home, is the cost-benefit analysis. If we're talking about new homes versus elevated homes or renovated homes, we want to be, normally, we've done hundreds and hundreds of estimates. Normally it's between $40,000 and $60,000 difference between an elevation project for a modest home and a new home. I have done several fiscal analysis blogs where I showed that just the energy efficiency alone, you're paying it back in 5 to 7 years. And Scott just stood here and said, listen, I'm saving what amounts to $400 to $600 a month. So the house is 2,800 square feet. Maybe your house is 1,800 or 2,000. Doesn't matter. But if you can pay back your costs and have a brand new house with best energy efficiency and best windows and everything, you're usually much better off. If you're on a slab, 99.89% of the time, you're better off building a new house. We know this from experience. And we've lived in many slab houses and people have said, Kathy, she'll say this if I ever stop talking and let her talk. We actually built a house for Kathy and it was a storm damaged house, the Sandy storm damaged house. And when we started, the house was a bungalow on a slab. Not a bungalow, it was a 1,100 square foot house on a slab. And Kathy's mother said, we love this house. We've had this house for a long time, and I want to raise it. So we started stripping and stuff, and I did an estimate. And I said, listen, for not a lot more money, we can do a new house. And right up to the end, right up to the point where we were about to start, she wanted to raise it because of the memories and the whole thing. And finally, Kathy said, it's not going to be the same house. It's going to be 9 feet up in the air. It's not a bungalow anymore. We're not walking in off the sand. So we wound up doing a new house. Sometimes it takes time for people to accept that they, but 90% of the time, it's more worthwhile from an energy efficiency standpoint. It just doesn't make sense. Okay, and the comments about design build, thank you, Joe, thank you, Scott. The warranty issue, that's a great point. There is a scam going on where a builder, warranties cost anywhere between $600 and $800. If you are willing to give a letter to the township that says, I'm acting as my own general contractor, well, you don't have to have a warranty. You never want to do that. You never want to hire a builder, and then when he comes to you and says, well, listen, this estimate doesn't include the warranty. Well, why not? Well, the warranty is $700 for your house. Well, good, put it in the price. I'll pay for it. That way he's responsible. And the 210 warranty, or the homeowner's warranty, the first year, basically everything's warranted. Within 2 years, all mechanical systems are warranted, and for 10 years, all structural systems are warranted. Once again, you're more importantly, you focus on the reputation of the person you're dealing with, because they're just going to take care of what they need to take care of. But we want to be cautious of that. That was a good point. That's fairly common. Small builders that do 2-3 houses a year, they'll put it right in the fine print, homeowner's warranty by owner. Okay, that's great. That lets him off the hook. He built the house, now you're responsible if something goes wrong. There's no logic to it.
And I've had a lot of people say to me, well, what could possibly go wrong with the house in 10 years? It would matter whether or not I have this warranty. Probably about 30 years ago at this point, I had a client who I did a house for, and 2 years after the house was built, he called me up and said, Scott, you got to come see this. And I went over to his house, and we walked downstairs, house is up on pilings, we're standing on the ground. He walks up to one of the pilings, and he pushes the piling. The piling is still bolted up here, but it's rotted out completely down here at the bottom. It turned out there was a bad batch of piling that came from a mill in Pennsylvania that weren't properly treated. So his piling were all rotting out. So the house had to be lifted up, moved into the street, new piling had to be driven, the house had to be put back on top, and the homeowner warranty program pays for that whole thing.
Wow.
And the coverage, of course, is limited to the value of the house, the cost of the house. They won't go above and beyond that. But that was probably, at that time, that was probably a $60,000 repair to a $65,000 house.
Wow. Yes. No, the warranty is a good thing.
I don't think I want to be standing under the house when you show me.
Very good point.
Another example of sweat.
Significant example. Scott, you mentioned about the energy codes. The energy codes, I built my house 20 years ago, and I've often said, and now I walk through the house and I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. Oh my God, it's nothing. We did nothing back then, 20 years ago, that we do now. Now, the most modest house has energy efficiency that's 10 times mine. So what you get, and it's because of the building codes, the 2015 International Building Code, and the energy efficiency, the increased insulation, the fact that we're utilizing less energy in both our mechanical systems and our appliances. Because it's not only how do we generate electricity through solar, it's also how can we use less electricity. So things have gotten more efficient, and as well as we're preventing heat and cold from leaving the house. So it really, the energy codes have changed dramatically. And even your house, you built your other house. Okay, so between the time you built that and the time you built a new house, that's...
Out of those 250 houses, so that I built 3 really difficult because they involved my wife, but the others...
Okay, you're on. Okay. All right, I'm going to bring up Kathy Ditoli next. She's going to tell you a little bit about consumer protection. Unfortunately for Kathy, half the people speaking tonight have stolen some of her thunder.
Don't worry, I always have some.